welcome to the channel, Chris Palmer SEO, where we talk about search engine optimization, SEO, and business-related content. If you haven't, please take the time to go ahead and subscribe, but let's go ahead and get in today's video. What we will be covering in today's video, in today's tutorial, we will cover one of the most important on-page SEO factors. Not just one, but I actually have a list broken down where to put your keywords specifically and the different types of keywords. Okay. On-page SEO tutorial for beginners. That is what we'll go over today, but only one aspect. Keywords on page are a very important aspect of on-page SEO for all you beginners. And one of the most important factors for on-page SEO is keywords on page. So keywords are what we rank for. Okay, keywords and variations of keywords, or LSI words, which are latent semantic indexing words, tell Google and other search engine what the page is all about. Okay, so without words on page, there are numerous other ranking factors. However, for on-page SEO, for everyone out there, your keywords on page are very, very important. So that's why I want to cover it in this on-page SEO tutorial for beginners. So quickly, the different types of keywords, like I mentioned before we go into the keyword ranking factors, which is what this tutorial will be all about. Before we go into the ranking factors, let me just go over the three types of keywords. I believe there's a few others. However, these are the ones really that we're going to be interested in for this tutorial. So you have your exact match keywords or exact phrase. And let's just say you want to rank a web page for best plumber Pennsylvania. I live in Pennsylvania, right? So that would be your exact match keyword. Now, a variation would be just a slightly modified, maybe even an S, best plumbers, any variation of the keyword or keyword phrase. And then an LSI, or a latent semantic indexing word. These are the words that will actually tell Google the quality of the page, because when you start referring to other words, they can start making those connections to basically say, hey, this page is talking about this and it has these words, and other pages ranking for this also have these words on page. I hope that I explained that good for you. So remember always, all right, I'm going to go down this quick little list here. Look at your competition. You know, I talk to a lot of even my friends. They don't actually look at the SERPs. I mean, they'll look at the tools, they'll look at, guidelines, they have a best practice, whatever the case may be. But if you're not looking at your competition, who's ranking above you, and seeing why they're in that position, because at the end of the day, Google is showing you exactly what they want to see. So why not just use what they show you? So in any case, so see what the top ranking pages in your niche look like and see their word count, okay? What I'm getting at for on page here is every factor that builds up the on page, okay? The images, the bolds, the italics, the H1 tags, H2s, and etc., okay? So look at how many H1s and H2s. Look at their alt text. Are they using variation? Are they not using variation? Are they using alt text? Okay, so look at their pages. Very, very important. If Google is ranking these pages high, there is a reason, match and beat them to rank. All right, so let's move on to the on-page keyword factors. That's really going to be the basis of this video. Is keywords are what really drives your web page to move up. And remember, Google is not ranking websites, they rank web pages. Okay, so the keywords, the exact matches, all of the partial matches, all of the LSI keywords, this makes up the grand scheme of your on-page SEO, but it's all about keywords. Let's go ahead and move on. So this is only one on-page SEO tutorial. It's only one. There is a lot of aspects to on-page SEO, but really we want to just touch on, like I mentioned before, the key places to have your different types of keywords in order to rank your page. So there's a lot to learn about on-page SEO, and I will be covering the importance of keywords for on-page SEO, like I mentioned. I love when I write stuff and then I start talking and then it's already written, so let's move on. So let's talk about the most important places to make sure your keywords appear. Okay, so this is going to get into the list, the factors. This is the tutorial for beginners. Keywords on page, where should you put them? What are the factors? Okay, uh, they're in an order of sorts, okay, from the most important place to have your keywords or keyword variations, and then it'll go to number 8, I believe I did. So the number one place to make sure you put your keyword is going to be inside of the title. Okay, so the title tag should contain an exact match keyword of what you want to rank for. The title tag is, in my opinion, the most important aspect of the on page. If you don't do anything else, make sure the title tag is the word that you want to rank, or the phrase, whatever the case may be. Let's move on to number 2. So number 2, most important place to insert your keyword or variation keyword for your on-page SEO. So the second place is going to be in your URL. All right. Now inside of the URL, like I did here, so you have your https:// and then you would have your website, right? As you can see here, slash, and then you would put your keyword. So you want to have your keyword inside of the URL. Very important, and I wrote here, it could be an exact match. Generally, depending on a few things, 9 times out of 10, you want to make that your exact match keyword in the URL and in the title. Let's go ahead and move on. So number 3, most important place to insert your keyword or variation for your on-page SEO is in the body of content. So this can and should be a variation of your keyword or a variation keyword, keywords I should say. So a different variation of the exact match. So if you wanted to rank for, best plumber Philadelphia, you could do a variation, 24-hour plumbing Pennsylvania, or something along those lines. Also, throughout the document, there must be variation and most certainly LSI words. So there are numerous tools online that will give you LSI words. And basically, if a page is ranking, they're ranking for a keyword, but alongside those keywords, there has to be other words that are associated with that topic. And this is what tells Google the quality of the page. Okay, so there are some tools, do a little bit of reading, but let's just move on to number 4. So number 4, the most important place to insert your keyword for your on-page SEO in this tutorial for beginners is going to be the H1 tag. Very important place. So the next one, number 4, is the H1 tag, and this could be the exact or a variation of the exact match keyword. So number 5, most important place to insert your keyword or variation. Oh, we have a visitor. Is the H2 tag. So this should be a variation. Generally, a variation keyword in your H2 tag, but lately I have been seeing a lot of pages putting the H2 up towards the top and ranking off of the H2. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for every single industry. However, take a look at the SERP and see if that's something that would be recommended for you. Let's move on to number 6. So the number 6 most important place to insert your keyword or variation keyword for your on-page SEO are going to be the other heading tags. So you have your H3, H4, and H5. So as I wrote here, number 6 is tricky because you need to look at your competition. Like I kept mentioning, looking at the SERP, looking at the SERP is absolutely ideal because Google is giving you a blueprint to what they want to see. All right. So if your competition is ranking and they have 7 H3s on your page, my recommendation would be you should too. Okay. So let's just go ahead and move on. So number 7, most important place to insert your keyword for your on-page SEO is in the bold and italic or B and I tags. Okay. It is a must to view your ranking competition pages to see the use. Now, this could be where you could catch an advantage over your competition because, it, I don't have the test right here. However, there are certain times where bolding and highlighting, italicing could give you a little bit of a boost. Not 20 jumps, however, it could most certainly give you a small advantage, an edge, and any little thing that you could do is most certainly a help for any SEO campaign. So for these bold and italics, use variation or LSI, bold and italic, as I wrote. Let's move on to number 8. So number 8, the most important place to put your keywords for your on-page SEO is inside of your alt tag. The alt tags are your image tags, okay? Now, as a Google guideline, they want you to describe the photo. So you should do that, however, using either an LSI, a variation, or an exact match. Take it easy with those exact matches, though. You don't want too much, but switching it up for all of your images is most certainly a factor, in my opinion. But let's just go ahead and move on. There is a lot, or there is a ton more to on page. I'm sure, as you know, these are the factors for keywords on page, and keywords are really, at the end of the day, other factors, external factors, keywords on page are what make you rank. Okay? So I hope this helped you. If you have an idea for a video or you need help, please leave a comment below. I thank you for viewing my on-page SEO tutorial for beginners, and I cannot wait to see you in the next SEO video. Have a wonderful day.